Hi, we're Dan and Mary Buckley here with our dog, Fritz McGee. We just retired, bought a camper, and now we're on a great adventure to see our wonderful country. Well, everyone, we're finally on the first leg of our great adventure to Alaska and the west side of Canada. So we're excited. Trailer's full, truck's full, and we're full. So we're ready to go.
And a little over a year now, planning, researching, making route, modifying the route, making another route, and just over a year of planning. Today's the day. We've been looking forward to this all winter, been held up in the house during the winter. Now it's time to head out, and we're heading up to Alaska. Been looking forward to this, a little bit apprehensive, but hey, no guts, no glory. We're going to take off, we're going to saddle up, and we're going to head up to the midnight sun.
That's right.
Oh, here it goes. Was it May 19th, right?
Yep.
May 19th, 2026. And we are going up here to this place.
Canada and Alaska.
Yep, up there. And of course, we'll be coming back. Got to fill these in on our way back.
Yep.
So we'll be going up there. Can't wait. From what I see, it's cold. We're going to be hitting Banff, and it's still snowing there.
Yeah, there's still snow.
So, but that's okay. That's all part of the experience.
That might hinder my sandals.
Yeah, okay. It's time for us to get out of here, and it's time for us to get out
and get going.
Here is the route that I created for our trip. It also has all the stops, as you can see, along the route that we'll be stopping and spending nights. It may look like an organized mess, but to me, I understand every bit of it, and that's what counts. This is a little restaurant we stopped at on our way up. We used to stop here every year when going up to Canada for our fishing trips. This is a very good restaurant to eat at, and they're well known for their pies. That's one of their specialty, and that's what we stopped to get. A nice raspberry pie. And of course, another thing we had to do on our way through Wisconsin is we had to stop and pick up some cheese curds. Can't travel through Wisconsin without picking up some cheese curds. Highland Ridge Campground, Spring Valley, Wisconsin. It's a nice little quaint, quiet little campground. Of course, we're here sort of early in the year. This is May 20th, so it's a little bit cooler, getting here a little bit before the actual camping season. This may look a little bit familiar. We were here last year in July. Come through here. This was our first stop as we headed out to our northwest journey. So this was our first stop then. This is our first stop now. Of course, the temperature here is about 40 degrees cooler. It's a little bit warmer right now, about 55. It was about 40 this morning. It's kind of cold up here this time of year. But we're here for one more night. Tomorrow we're going to head north, head on up to Fargo and on into Canada. So I have been hosting a little bit of a sinus infection, sore throat the past couple days, thanks to my beloved granddaughter who come over the night before we left. Had sore throat, was sick and sniffles. Well, old grandpa got it, so I'm probably tell my voice a little raspy and starting to get over it, but I think it'll be a couple more days. So we got our little map up. I got US and got a map of Canada. Tried to fit them together the best I could. They don't really match up perfectly, but then I was able to get the Alaska up there where it should be. Most of the maps have Alaska and Hawaii. They're all down here, but got it up there so it looks halfway decent. In a couple days we'll be entering into Manitoba, and from there heading west for a long 4-day trek, just spending the night, one night at each stop off the side of the road until we get to Banff. Okay, so we're getting ready to leave Highland Ridge Campground, heading up to Fargo. Had to make a little pit stop. Of course, it's a big pit stop. Do the old duty here. You know, the inevitable. Have to do this. Stinks, but got to get it done. Just as long as I don't do the old Robin Williams RV, I think I'm okay. While in Fargo, one thing I definitely wanted to do was stop by the visitor center and see the famous Fargo wood chipper.
Hey.
There's the incorrigible one.
We're finally getting to go over the border.
Maybe.
Maybe. We've been sitting here for about 5 minutes and nothing has happened at all. There's Fritzy.
We'll see what he does when he hears other people. That'll be interesting.
Just start yapping.
Yeah. Oh. Today was May 24th. We're at a little campground just outside of Winnipeg, about an hour west of Winnipeg, called Miller's Creek Campground. Pretty quiet, not very busy, not too many people here. It's been pretty, guys said it's been really cold here. It's just now starting to warm up. So they haven't had very many people come through. It's not been very busy. So we come in late last night from Winnipeg, which is going to be another story that I have to tell. We've had a pretty rough 3 or 4 days, and I'm going to have to tell those stories yet. We've been so busy I haven't been able to kind of put them on the video here, but I'll get them up. And here's a sort of a view of the campground. Like you say, there's not very many people here. This is the front part. There's a whole bunch more in the back, but this is the front part of the campground. And then they have a big, huge nursery over here. It's a huge thing. Nice little sunrise coming up from here early in the morning. It's warm. I think I might take my sweatshirt off, which is the first time since we've started this trip, because it's been so cold. As you can see, it's not a bad little campground. Miller Creek in Manitoba, just west of Winnipeg. So while I was here at this campground, Vince, we were forced to come here. They have full hookups here, so I took the opportunity to flush out the old tanks, get them nice and clean, because I don't know when we're going to see another hookup until we get to Valdez. Matter of fact, our next actual hookup will be in Valdez. We'll have a electrical hookup when we hit the Banff area for a couple days, but to have water and sewer, this is it till we get to Valdez, which will be the end of June. So I want to take advantage of it, clean her out, make sure everything's good to go. Can't say that for our trailer though, or for the truck. Because we left Winnipeg in kind of a hurry, I put the coordinates in to get here, and the RV Life took us in a rather unusual path. It took us about 15 miles down this. It wasn't a gravel road, it was a sand road. And I just got through cleaning up a bunch of sand right here. It was all piled up here. And of course, the trailer got plastered. And you see the downriggers here, the stabilizers. I gotta find me a good car wash somewhere so I can get this thing cleaned off. Really put it through the ringer here going down that road. Wasn't too happy with the path, but you know, this is a lesson learned. Next time when I put directions in this tool I've got, I think I'm going to make sure it's taking us the most efficient route.
to see them all fall around. So, is it on?
Yeah. So
So were we
go
going to
ahead.
tell the story that happened yesterday?
Well, you got to have a story before that story.
Okay.
Okay. Seems like ever since we've been started on this trip, we've had some rather interesting circumstances occur.
Started about a month ago. Right? So,
A month ago.
April.
Oh, well, I'll go and talk about that.
Go back
That's fine.
further. So anyway, in April 11th, I had surgery on my toe, and he said, "Oh, it'll be really easy surgery. Just sip, and it'll be done." Well, he went out of country, my doctor, and it got infected. They put me in the hospital for 3 days, and infectious disease was like, "Oh, you can't go on your trip. You know, you gotta stay get IV, you know, antibiotics, yada yada yada." And so Dan and I were back and forth. Should we change our trips? You know, do the northeast trip this year and then do Alaska next year, or should we just, you know, shrink down the weeks or whatever? And well, finally, my doctor came home and he looked at it and he goes, "It's very, very rare. In fact, he had never had anybody have. It's like a big blood blister on top, and he just peeled that thing off and it started healing." So anyway, I mean, it's still doing a thing, you know, so it's still kind of ooey and healing, but at least we're on our trip. Then Karen ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, Karen, Joe's wife in the Philippines, she landed in the hospital with what was it?
Blood sugar over 500, almost 500.
Almost 500. I think it was 450 something.
Yeah.
And what else? It was high blood pressure or something.
She was bleeding too.
Bleeding profusely. So she was in the hospital for a week, and this happened like 2 or 3 weeks before we're getting ready to go, and so we had to deal with that. You know, what's going on there?
A lot of it is emotional, you know.
Yeah, just a lot of emotions.
We can't be there to help them, you know, and
really distracted us and kind of put us in a dump, you know, as far as being excited about starting the trip. And so now we're like, you know, we're just kind of like,
should we go? I don't know.
Yeah. So she got better, got back home, and then we started our trip, right?
Nope,
now we're on our trip, and everything's...
No. Then Riley wrecked Josh's car.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if he's getting it fixed, I guess, right?
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening. Anyway,
We don't have any cell coverage, so...
Now he doesn't have a main car. He has a work car, but he can't drive that thing around. And then some things came up with the kids, you know, whatever. But, you know, so that distracted us. I mean, and it was kind of nuts. So then we finally got off on the trip. And we get almost to Canada, and Dave...
Well, it got to back up.
Well, I know, we're almost to Canada, almost to Fargo and North Dakota, and Dan gets an email.
You got to back up before that. Yeah.
So he took the truck into the Ford dealer and had him go over the whole thing.
Almost a week before I left on Alaska, and I told them, I said, "Listen, once you do a service, make sure you take a good look at it. I'm leaving for Alaska in a week. We'll be doing about 14K miles. You know, I want to make sure everything's good to go. I don't want to be having any problems when I'm up there."
Mm-hmm.
Took it in, went, picked it up. They handed me the paperwork, said, "Mr. Buckley, everything's good. We didn't find anything. Nothing to worry about. Take off." Okay? So we take off on a trip. We get to Highland.
Well, he takes them by their word that everything was okay.
Well, that's what they told me.
So he just put the paperwork in the glove box.
That's what they told me.
Yeah.
So anyway,
email comes.
Well, we're two days into the trip, getting ready. The next day, we're going to be heading up to Fargo. I get this email. It says, "Hey, Mr. Buckley, you going to come in and get the recommended service on your truck?" And I said, "Recommended service? What are you talking about?" And I looked at it, and it says, "Tire tread marginal." I'm like, "Tire tread marginal?" You know, they didn't tell me anything about this. So I call them up, and I was sort of on my frustration ladder, pretty high on my frustration ladder, talking to them. And I said, "When you say marginal, how many more miles do I have on these tires?" And she fumbled around for a while. She said, "You probably got about 5,000 miles." And I said, 5,000? I told you I was getting ready to go 14K miles. And you'd say, now I got 5,000. So anyway, we're getting ready to go up to Fargo. So I give a quick call to the discount tire guy up there. I said, "Hey, we're coming in tomorrow. Can I get some tires on? I need to get tires on before I cross the border. I don't want to be buying stuff in Canada. It's going to cost a fortune." So he got me in.
He said, "If you're here by 6, I'll get you in." Well,
yeah, man, it was like a few minutes before 6. It was nasty.
That day, it decided to pour the whole trip. Rain. From the minute we woke up, we get to the discount tire place, and Dan's got on a hook the trailer so they could take it.
Oh
in.
yeah,
he's out there.
My wingman really helped out.
I did take a couple pictures.
While I was out there unhooking and everything, soaking wet, 45 degrees, I said, "At least you can take a video of me doing this so I can put it on the YouTube, so people can have compassion on me." And so what she do, she sticks her arm out the window.
Oh, I'm not. You liar.
Takes a couple pictures. Continue.
So anyway, so after we got the tires changed and whatnot, we ended up driving more to Winnipeg, right?
No, we stayed there at Fargo.
We stayed there at Fargo overnight.
We
did Walmart.
At Costco.
We did Walmart and all that stuff. We got to take a few
But I say the guys there at Discount Tire did a great job. They had the tires on and off. I mean, nothing flat.
5 minutes, you know.
Yeah, they even upgraded me on my tires, so I got some upgraded mud tires, and all 4 tires installed and everything was cheaper than the tires I put on my SUV. So, you know, there was a pretty upset about the whole thing, to say the least. I wasn't happy, but 2 things about it. One, now I can put my head down in the pillow at night and go to sleep knowing we got some good tires, and I'm not going to have to be dealing with that out in the middle of nowhere. And also, it was the deal, you know, that I got, the price. It was much better than what I would have got if I'd have been in Chicago area, that's for sure. So I think the Lord there was looking out for us. I didn't really want to buy the tires, but you know, I'm at peace with that, and so that's fine.
So anyway, we spent the night at Costco,
Yep.
and then we drove the next day we got up, did Walmart, all that stuff, and then we drove, I don't know, like 3 hours, 4 hours, and we stopped at Cabela's, because you can camp alongside of Cabela's. They let you do that. So we pulled the trailer up in there, and we got out, and we left Fritz in the truck, and our dog. But when we got out, there's a silver pickup truck with the back window knocked out, and it had plastic on there with the duct tape, and there's 2 guys in there, and they were driving through where we parked, and Dan said, "You know, that kind of looks funny. It's putting me a little bit on edge, that it's not right." And so we sat on a bench. We wanted to go in Cabela's and look around, so we sat on the bench outside and we watched them, and it looked like they had left. So we're like, okay. So we went into the store, maybe 20 minutes we were in there. We come out, and there's another couple that pulled in behind us to camp. And then Dan went to get into the trailer, and he's like, somebody's been trying to get into the trailer because the handle was like, somebody had grabbed hold of it and just yanked it, tried to yank it open, and so anyway, luckily that didn't break. but Dan walked around the trailer, and he had 2 pedalocks on our collapsible ladder, and they had snip with wire cutters and
bolt cutters,
whatever, and took our collapsible ladder, you know.
They tried to get into the trailer, but I got a feeling something might have startled them and they took off.
Yeah, but anyway, I think that too is I'm thankful they didn't get in the truck, because I mean Fritz was in the truck, and who knows what else we had in the truck. But anyway, I think that Fritz freaked out on them probably, and they are like, man, we're not getting bit, so they didn't try to get in the truck. Which, I mean, there's a lot of things to be thankful for. None of us were hurt, you know. Sure, we're out of ladder, so now we got to find a ladder.
And we had a lot more valuables that could have been taken that would have hurt us much more.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're thankful that God watched over us and
yes.
made sure that everything turned out okay. And we have a hero in Fritz who saved the truck, you know.
So ever since it's been about a month before we started this journey. And while we're on this journey, it's like one thing after another. The emotions. We went to a campground. We left Cabela's, got out of there.
So did everybody else that was parked there. We told them what happened, so everybody left.
They left. So we went about an hour west of Winnipeg and found a nice little campground. It was a nice campground too. Spent the night there and got a good night's rest and really just let all the emotions kind of settle down a little bit. We were a little startled. We
wake up this morning and the sun's out, sky's blue, white clouds. It's beautiful out. It's like 79.
Yeah, we haven't had warm weather since we left.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like under 50 the whole time. So, I mean, I feel blessed today. I mean, finally, hopefully this is a turning point, you know, from all the things that happened. Hopefully this is a turning point that we can actually start enjoying our trip a little bit.
Well, we've learned a few lessons. You know, one had to be with the tires. I probably should have done that. Even back home, and I thought I'd get by with it. This thing with the trailer, you know,
learn to trust that the Lord's going to take care of us.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, because like I said, I mean, we could have been hurt, but the Lord watched out for us, and all they took was a ladder. So
this is kind of a long talk here, but our drive getting to our main spot, which we'll not discuss that yet, but we got a couple more days before we get there, and there's nothing to take video of except a bunch of plains,
fields after
fields of nothing but flat.
Flat. So occasionally there's a few trees here and there.
There's nothing exciting.
Yeah, no.
So we'll just ramble on here, get a little bit of video time, and we're heading into Saskatchewan.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. We're getting ready to get into Saskatchewan here in a few minutes, and we'll spend the night there and then head out from there. So I think we're going to wrap this first episode, wrap it up here real quick. It's been about a week of traveling, hard traveling every day, 5, 6, 7 hours, trying to get out west to our first big destination. A lot of really desolate area, kind of like going through North Dakota, Wyoming, Montana.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's not much in Canada either. On the highway, number 1 highway, traveled it out here.
Oh, there is something that does go on the highway. A short horned antelope. They like to stand on the road.
Yeah, driving down the highway, I looked up and there was one standing right in the middle of the road. Startled me pretty quiet. Thought I was going to hit it. Now, I'd like to sign off and remember, get out
and get going.